briefly talk about that other one. This week on WASD, we're gonna talk about stuff. I don't know.
As opposed to all the other times we
this episode's gonna be completely quiet, and we're gonna dub the entire episode. We're just gonna pretend to talk,
but not move our mouths.
No, I don't know. Anyway, this week I've got. This isn't what I don't know what I'm doing with my life. I've got a henna pin, and when I was reading earlier, this is named after one of the first European to visit Niagara Falls. And while I was looking at it, I noticed the logo kind of looks like two guys in a canoe going over the falls. Why are they doing that? Why would they?
Because they're drunk off this. I'm drinking Bacardi rum with some blood orange bitters. The blood orange bitters pretty much just gives it color. It's just pretty much pure rum.
I gave you a splash.
Yeah.
Just a little splash.
So that's what I'm drinking.
So last week we asked you guys about your feels of video games. Those video games that gave you those feels. So Pistol, why don't you start us off with something that made you emotional.
Just so you guys know, this is spoiler alert for this whole subject, because
the first 20 minutes probably gonna be spoilers.
Because it's storyline related. So if it's a game you haven't played but you want to play it, then you might want to just skip over. My first one is with Shadow of the Colossus. When Aggro fell down the chasm, I believe the bridge broke away, and Aggro just couldn't quite make it, just fell. Oh man, my heart dropped. Just Aggro. And I saw that mentioned in the comments a few times.
Yeah.
Is that is because I mean it's like a horse. You have it throughout the whole game. You get attached.
That'd be like me playing that game that I talk about a lot. And
that one game.
And
one horse.
The horse with the E.
Yeah.
If that one was to go away, I'd be sad.
Yeah, if that fell down the chasm, how would you feel?
I would cry.
Yeah. It was sad. Anyway, what's one for you?
This one is more of a special memory than a feel. I used to raid a lot back in Burning Crusade, and I remember during Surf and Shrine Caverns, we wiped on Hydros, a lot, and my guild was really laid back. We just kind of goofed off a lot.
What was the name of your guild?
Final Boss.
Creative.
I know. I didn't make the name. I just joined the guild.
I was in We Play Drunk.
Really? That's what we did, but our name was Final Boss.
That was our name. We Play Drunk.
But yeah, we would just goof off a lot, joke around. We kind of tried to be casual yet serious. So we just had fun while we tried to actually do stuff and not just goof off too much. But Hydros, I think, was one of the most fun series of wiping in my memory.
Fun wiping?
Yeah, it was. You probably don't get that as much. I fucking hate wiping. But that was actually the experience of downing Hydros. When we finally got him down, was just
victory.
I always remember that boss out of any of them. I don't know why Hydros is the one I remember the most, but it is.
It was a memorable moment for you. The next one for me goes back to 1994 in Super Metroid, where you save a little Metroid in the beginning. That at the end, when you're fighting Mother Brain, that Metroid comes back, and the Metroid's fully grown.
Huge?
Yeah, really big. And it sucks the life out of Mother Brain, and then starts giving you life. But then when it's giving you life, Mother Brain kind of comes to and kills the Metroid.
Really?
Yeah. But then you're imbued with its powers.
You save its life. Oh, but you have the Metroid powers.
Yeah, you're imbued with its powers and you're able to finish off Mother Brain.
Completely off subject though. Doesn't Metroids kind of seem like facehuggers from, or whatever you call them? What are the facehuggers? No, not the facehuggers are just alien.
Head crabs?
Head crabs, yes.
Yeah.
From Half-Life. It's gonna kind
of Metroid's older.
Yeah. So do you think they kind of base that off that?
Well, head crabs, the way that's part of how they function is by grabbing on their head and controlling their mind. But
Metroids
Metroid, that's
don't
just how
control.
that's just how they attack.
Yeah.
They're just like latching onto the head and like sucking their life out.
Okay.
But they don't like reanimate.
Yeah, they're not
Head
like,
crabs
they're not
reanimate
like zombies
and
and
create.
stuff.
Yeah, they like recreate. You know when you're walking through and all the scientists just have head crabs on and they're just like, yeah.
I don't know. I just was watching you watch that clip of Metroid, and all I thought was like of a head crab being on top of the head of that giant mother. Can you imagine a head crab on Mother Brain? And it's
As
just
if
like
she's not scary enough to be in
head crab, and it'd be like, "Run, Samus, run!"
She has been revived by a head crab.
Oh, that would be scary. All right, so if my next one isn't kind of like one game, I like video games with story, right? Like very story driven. Like I've always loved Final Fantasy, anything with like a really good story. So when a character dies in those video games that you've like cared about for a long time, that's the kind of stuff like that I remember. Like I was a big Final Fantasy fan, so Final Fantasy VII, like a lot of people were talking about Ares, and I mentioned that briefly in the last episode. But Final Fantasy IX, there's no deaths in there, but there's a lot of emotional stuff in there. And then Final Fantasy X, I have a lot of special memories with. And then Cortana dying in Halo 4, that's just a lot of stuff that made me sad. Kind of off subject, with the Final Fantasy VII Ares, as sad as that was, it didn't really hit me as hard because I never used her. I know a lot of people were like, oh, I leveled her up so much and then she was gone. I never used her. I always liked Tifa more.
So it was like, whatever.
No, like, it still made me sad a little bit. I'm like, oh, this is a sad moment. But
you didn't feel like you lost out
no,
on it?
because I always picked Tifa over her. Like, I always picked Tifa because I thought Tifa was cooler. She was more badass. She wasn't the girly girl. She kicked ass. And then, so when she died, I'm like, yes, now Cloud has to choose Tifa.
You just wanted them to be together.
Yeah.
Yes, that other bitch is dead.
Yes.
Okay. Having a brain fart, but the blonde dude in the dig, I don't know if you can see it back there. Here's a game moment for me, and it's a yes, finally moment, where he falls into a hole and like tumbles down rocks and stuff and just dies.
Were you happy about that?
I was so happy because I hated him. He's such a douchebag. Yeah. And he goes back to life later on in the game, and he's even worse.
Really?
Yeah, I hate him. Brink. I hate Brink. I was
that guy.
Whenever he dies, I'm like, yes, die. Like every time I play through that game, that's like one of my favorite parts is when Brink dies, and it's pretty close to the beginning of the game too. Good riddance,
Brink. We're talking about Gamescom now.
Yeah, Gamescom.
Gamescom. All right, what's this first one on the list here?
All right, this is I thought was pretty cool because it kind of reaches into my childhood a little bit. Sierra is back. And they are working on a new King's Quest. Or I guess a reimagined King's Quest. They made like a short teaser trailer where it just shows a dude in an opening and then it just says Sierra. And so many games I used to play when I was younger had Sierra in like the opening animations, you know?
Yeah.
And then I just haven't seen them for so long because Sierra's been gone and now they're coming back. Which I think is really cool. I hope they do well. I believe they went like bankrupt or something like that, but they were a huge part of my childhood.
I'm really excited about this one. There's a new Below trailer, and I watched it, and it's kind of calming. Like there was one of the titles, I believe it says the trailer brings a moment of ethereal calm. Still no release date for it, so that's kind of upsetting. But there's a new trailer.
Yep, it's gameplay.
Yeah.
So that means they're getting closer.
Yeah.
It means a lot of the gameplay is, in there.
Yeah.
So that's a good step forward in development is having the gameplay. It helps.
All right, what's this next one?
Next one, not surprising, but Microsoft has been caught yet again using PCs to show off Xbox One games.
That PC's better. Just admit it.
It'll be a TV, and then below it there will be an Xbox, and it's on. You can see the button is glowing or whatever it does.
And it's pretending to.
Yeah, and so it makes it look like it's that Xbox is running that game. Mm-hmm. But if you look down inside like the box it's sitting on, there's PCs in there. Oh, and one of the PCs. Like the game crashed.
Yeah, that's the picture I saw.
Yeah.
Like in the middle.
And so it was a Windows desktop, and it said there was an NVIDIA update in the corner of the screen, And
job.
so I would be surprised if it's Titans yet again.
Good job showing off your gameplay, guys.
It's gonna be like Watch Dogs where the graphics looks really
Those Xbox
good.
graphics are amazing.
No, they're not. So lots of people think it's okay to be showing it on a PC but making it look like it's being played on Xbox because they're like, oh, it's developed on a PC and they're still in development, so obviously it's going to be played on a PC.
Yeah.
But they are developing it beyond what the Xbox can handle.
Yeah, because the PC can do so much more than Xbox. Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
Except for people that are blinded by the Xbox.
And then before it comes out, then they, dumb it down or optimize.
So what they're basically doing is they're misleading people with these PCs by making them think that these amazing graphics are going to be on the Xbox. But what they're showing is things that are optimized for PC but not yet optimized for Xbox.
Yeah.
So the reason it's wrong is they're misleading people to thinking that's what it's going to look like on an Xbox.
Yeah, and you can tell it's deliberate because they have an on Xbox just below the screen. Yeah,
they're making you believe that this is what it's going to look like, and it's not.
Yeah, it's false
And
advertising.
yes, it's developed on PC because that's what everything pretty much is developed on.
I've seen lots of games where it'll say, like, this is alpha footage, everything is subject to change. It'll say it just, like, in the corner. But for these Xbox One games, it doesn't say that on the screen. It doesn't say that anywhere.
I mean, if they're going to show off an Xbox game, yes, it's developed on PC, but if they're going to show off an Xbox game, it should be already optimized for Xbox. But if they're going to show it off as a PC thing, then they should show it off as PC and not put an Xbox underneath it and make it pretend to be an Xbox
They
game.
should show what it will look like at the end, with the dumbed down graphics, with the crappy low-res textures and all that jazz. The low anti-aliasing.
Yeah, Ubisoft.
Yeah, looking at you, Ubisoft.
And EA. Alright, but next on the list, this is something I'm super excited for. Metal Gear Solid 5. When this game was announced recently, and I saw it, I was like, damn it! I don't want to buy a PS4, but I really want this game. And Logan sent me this link about a week ago, I think? Metal Gear Solid 5.
Yeah.
I woke up and I saw this link, and I was like, I ran around the house a little bit. And I was like, yes! Because I can now play Metal Gear Solid 5 on the PC. Because I can now play Metal Gear Solid 5 on the PC.
The sip of rum tickled my nose.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm really excited. I've always loved the Metal Gear Solid series, and the fact that it's going to be on PC is amazing because it's actually it's in contrast to the fact that Tomb Raider is no longer going to be on PC, at least for a little while. What they're saying is that it's going to be exclusive for Xbox for a little bit. But it's kind of...
It's going to be beta tested on Xbox.
Yeah, but Metal Gear Solid 5 is opening up to the PC like it should. It's not neglecting any of its fans. There's some people that can be fans, but when you make something exclusive, you're kind of leaving out part of your fandom. And you're like, you know what I mean? So by taking a game that was on all platforms, like Tomb Raider, and then making it only on Xbox, you're excluding all the fans that were on those other systems.
Yeah, because people tend to stay loyal to whatever they were playing to begin with.
So the fact that it was on all these other systems and you got to play the first one and now you're not going to be able to play the second one because it's not on the same system you played before, like that's a little bullshit.
Because that company gave them more money.
Yeah. I mean, I'm thinking that it's like a big thing where they're basically doing this just to get it hyped up and be like, oh, we want it on this system.
Yeah.
And then they're trying to make this whole uproar about it. I think that's what they're doing. It's kind of like a marketing scam.
Out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it'll eventually come out on PC anyways. So that's what I think is happening. But I think it will be on PC. This is just a load of bull. I'm sure everybody hears by now that Robin Williams has passed. And
no.
Really, yes. It's been all over the internet.
Yeah, that day it's all Facebook was.
Yeah, he was a big part of my childhood growing up. Like I really looked up to him. Like I had like a list of people that I would want to meet, and he was like top 5. Like I wanted to meet him. But there was a fan petition to memorialize him in WoW, and it's been accepted. And there's going to be a WoW NPC based off Robin Williams. So it's kind of like a little memorial to him. And next on our list is Far Cry 4. There is a new trailer type interview thing with like the developers.
Yeah.
And it's really in depth, and it kind of goes over what the world is going to be like. Shows you all the different terrain, all the different animals, and then it
I hope the game world is larger than Far Cry 3.
I think from what I saw in this trailer, it looks way like
because
almost
I
twice
liked
the
Far
size.
Cry 3, but it felt a little smallish.
Yeah, there's gonna be all even different types of terrain. There's gonna be mountains. There's gonna be plains. It's not just all island. It's a ton of different types of environment. And then they even showed, because you know how you tripped, you were like basically on acid a lot in Far Cry 3.
Yeah.
They showed there was like another world almost like that, where you're like in like some kind of like spiritual world and kind of thing. It's kind of weird. There's like mythical animal or some kind of mythical tiger.
Maybe that'll be some separate thing like Blood Dragon or something.
Maybe. I still haven't played Blood Dragon. I got that on sale, but I wanted to play that. I haven't had a chance.
I know a lot of people who actually preferred that over the regular
Really?
game.
Because it looks really cool. Like, it looks like it'd be a lot of fun.
I feel like it's something the devs like made for fun. Like, what's this like the wackiest thing we can make? And they just made that using the same engine.
I think so too. They're like, let's just have a lot of fun. All right, next on the list is Super Hot. Super Hot. That's some clever marketing because that shit gets stuck in your head. This game actually looks like a lot of fun. There's a Flash game up for it where you can play like 3 or 4 levels, but they're actually making a full-size game of it. The thing is, it's a shooter. When you move, everything is moving around you, but when you stop, it kind of turns into like bullet time, almost like the Matrix, where bullets are flying at you super slow, almost where there's dead stop. Mm-hmm. They say the time freezes when you're not moving, but it's still kind of moving a little bit, not very fast. So whenever you're moving, there's a lot of people shooting at you. Like, there's different people, so you're kind of...
You have to plan out what you're
going to do. You have to plan out where you're going to move to avoid bullets and shoot, and then you run out of ammo, so you have to run to get more bullets. But while you're moving, they're shooting at you. But as soon as you stop, all the bullets kind of freeze, and you can kind of plan where you're going to move and weave through the bullets. So it's a pretty fun game. I don't know how fun it'll be like after so many levels. I haven't played the full game. I've only played the Flash, so I suggest you guys check out the Flash and see
if you like it.
Yeah. The last game that I want to talk about is Life is Strange. It's a new Square Enix game. It's a story-driven game based from the makers of Remember Me. It's kind of a murder mystery style where you go around and you find clues and you do stuff, but this has got like a different kind of approach to it where, you know how in games you make decisions and it kind of changes the flow of the story? This game, the main character has a rewind time ability, so you can like make a decision, and then if something happens where you're like, oh crap, I don't want that decision, you can rewind time almost like in Prince of Persia or something, and then like choose a different decision. So it's almost like you don't have to replay the game over and over. You can do it on the fly.
It just makes me think of just playing Skyrim and quick saving, quick loading.
Yeah.
It's like, quick save, I'm going to kill this guy. Oh, now I love he's live again.
But it looks like an interesting story so
Does it
far.
have alternate endings? Or
I don't know that much. There's not much information.
I think it would be stupid if it had the whole concept and the ending was the same.
I honestly have no idea. Like, there's not a ton of information on this game yet.
Yeah.
So there could be alternate endings. It seems like a game like this would probably have multiple endings.
So I know how like Heavy Rain had like 27 endings.
Really?
Or something like that. Yeah, it's crazy.
I don't think I'd play through that game 27 times to get all 27 endings.
I got 3 different endings.
Really?
But I would just go I would just load towards the end and just change a few things.
Oh, true.
And I got 3 endings out of that, so I didn't play through the whole thing.
Yeah, a lot of people were yelling at me when I was streaming Metro last night. They're like, "Stop killing people! You're gonna get the bad ending." I'm like, "I don't care. I'm just killing everybody."
Well, then get the bad ending and then play it again. Get the good one. Why not? There's only one way you're gonna see the bad ending is if you do that.
This week's What the Fucks.
EA doesn't know how to do math when it comes to money. Doesn't surprise me.
Because they just want more money.
Yeah.
So they made it more money.
Yeah, BioWare points. 800 points is 6. If you get 1,600, it's 13.
Which is double. It's 13. $1 more.
Yeah, $1 more. Or you could just get 2 of the 800 and save $1.
That'd be like paying $6.50 for 800 points. Why would you do that?
I actually did a very similar thing on Amazon recently, where it's like you could just get one or you can get it as a 2-pack.
Yeah.
But the 2-pack costs more than if you just got 2 of the one.
So
I just got 2 of the one, and I saved like $5.
Bundles are supposed to work where you buy bundles to make it cheaper, not more money.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of people just don't think about it. They're like, oh, I just
want
contained.
More. Let's get that one.
Yeah, they don't even bother to do math themselves.
I don't care about my money.
Maybe that's what they're hoping for, just idiots to not realize.
Maybe. All right, another what the fuck is, I guess, something from Assassin's Creed Unity?
Yeah, Assassin's Creed Unity will let players fast-track unlocks with microtransactions. So we have a new genre, there's pay to win.
Yeah.
There's free to play, there's buy to play, and now it's pay to beat.
Pay to beat?
So, because it's, it's...
Is that actually a term? Like, did this...
I made that up.
Oh, you made it up? Okay.
When I came across this.
It's a pistol term. Pay to beat.
I was like, this sounds like pay to beat. Where it's like, you can just play through the game normally, or if you just want to make it easier and just have it just tell you how to do things, then you just give them money.
I was reading the article, and it basically says you can pay to unlock things that you haven't unlocked yet.
Like
Like
but
costume,
what's the point?
like armor and uniforms and stuff like that.
But the point of playing a game is
to earn it.
Yeah, is to play through and earn it and discover, and like that's.
And now,
it's like, oh, I'll buy a game and then I will pay the game to beat itself. What's the point of getting a game? You know,
like I don't want to play this. I just want to throw money at it so I get everything without playing it. That doesn't make sense.
It doesn't. You shouldn't be playing games if you're doing that.
All right, and last but not least, you've got something for Star Citizen on here. I don't think I looked at this.
This actually was kind of mind blowing.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't watch this trailer, so tell me about it.
Star Citizen released a first-person shooter trailer.
Really?
It's actually first-person shooting in Star Citizen. So like, say you land on a planet and you can have guns and it's a first-person shooter.
Sweet.
So it's beyond.
It makes me want to play it now.
Yeah, so it's beyond just flying ships around in space. Like it's also like a first-person shooter because it uses the CryEngine.
So you can come like land, get out of your ship, and start killing shit.
Yeah, and it's an actual
like
legit FPS.
Yes.
And I thought that was pretty because I didn't expect that at all.
Because Elite Dangerous looks cool, but there's something about just being in a ship the whole time. It's like I want to get out of my ship.
You can land and get out of your ship
Really?
eventually in Elite Dangerous. You can't right now. Right now it's very limited because it's just still early beta.
Yeah.
But they are implementing that.
Okay. See that I like that more.
Yeah.
I'll play it when I can get out of my ship and do all that.
So it's pretty crazy. First person shooter, Star Citizen. That game is so. What's the word? Oh god. I had it.
It's over there. I can see it.
I'm gonna think of it later, and I'm gonna get so mad.
You're just gonna edit it in.
Yeah.
This is the word I was thinking about.
I'm gonna put it on the screen. The game is this. There, I fixed it. Anyway, but yeah, it's crazy. I totally didn't even see that coming. Like I was already satisfied.
I'm about to watch this trailer now.
Yeah, I was already satisfied with what Star Citizen was going to be. What I had in my head what Star Citizen was going to be. And that just raised the bar. I was like, whoa. Whoa, dude. Because you know how they have EVE Online and then they have Dust 514, which is like players on the planets shooting, but they're two separate games. You can't, you can't be in EVE and then land and then shoot.
Yeah.
They're two separate things. But they kind of work together. But, but this is actually one uniform thing where you land, get out of your ship, and shoot.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I really hope this game doesn't keep getting delayed and then never comes out. I hope it actually comes out.
Well, the thing is they're just putting so much into it,
Yeah,
so
like,
it's going to take a while.
I hope it comes out, and when it comes out, it lives up to the hype that everybody's giving it. You know?
When I last heard, their goal estimate is the end of 2015.
That's such a long time from now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna forget about it by then. I don't plan for tomorrow.
Just get it and sit in your spaceship and be like, A lot of people do have access to the flying module and stuff now, but.
Are there something that we didn't think of? A closing question. So So we're going to think about a closing question. We'll be right back. So we're back. We thought of a question. And our question is, what do you think is the most underrated game?
And why? I have half a sip left.
It'll count. Can you even see this behind us?
Honey Child.
Honey Boo Boo.
Please don't. Okay, all right.
Did it make you emotional?
What's the asshole's name? I'm trying to think.
Dale,
What was his name? The blonde dude. Do I ever put my cursor over him and I'll say his name? I forget his name.
Are we just going to watch until you do it? I don't think that's a good idea. Thanks for watching.
I'm gonna go watch Shift stream because he's live right now and I'm missing it.
We're missing it for you.
The sacrifices I make.
I don't know. Why are we still rolling?
Because we don't want to move.
Yeah. This is 2-on-1 time right now.
the
Well, why don't we
moment.
put... Okay, so they don't have to pause. If you guys don't want any spoilers, we'll put a link right here that'll take you to after the spoiler section. And when we start
You're
talking
gonna
about
make
other
me
stuff.
doing annotation work.
People have made me do it.
I'm cutting this out.